उनका स्वागत है और जो ज़ूम पे हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं उनका भी स्वागत है। आज एक विशेष पर्व है जबकि हमारे जो यूथ हैं, हमारे यंग लोग हैं, वही यजमान हैं और सारा कार्यक्रम जो है इस डेडिकेटेड टू द यूथ ऑफ आर्ट्स। मैं निवेदन करूंगा पूज्य जयराम जी से कि आज का ये हवन सत्संग का कार्यक्रम प्रारंभ करें। आचार्य ब्रह्मदेव जी।
सभी को सादर नमस्ते। आज के बीच में हम लोग इकट्ठे हुए हैं यज्ञ करने के लिए। आज की यज्ञ की जो शैली है उसको थोड़ा बदल रहा हूँ। बीच बीच में जो भी एक्सप्लेनेशन देना है, जो भी खुलासा देना है, I'll be going with the explanations. This is no new system. It's just for the youth to be able to understand what we are doing and not just do it mechanically. Atha sandhyopasna vidhi. Vedic sandhya. Sandhyopasna. Sandhya comes from the word sandhi. It's meant to be done at sunrise and sunset. The twilight meeting of the night with the day, day with the night. But for practical purposes, we do it here, just because people will know the mantra chanting and they will know what to do and they can do it at home. Then it's upasana. It's our meditation process, and before that, it's cleansing process, which goes on with Achman and Angsparsh. So please take the water in the right palm. Just a little sipping of the water at the end of the mantra. Om Shanno Devirabhishtaya Apo Bhavantu Pitaye Shanyo Abhisravantuna. 3 times. Second time. Om Shanno Devirabhishtaya Apo Bhavantu Pitaye Shanyo Abhisravantuna. Third time. Om Shanno Devirabhishtaya Apo Bhavantu Pitaye Shanyo Abhisravantuna. Now we come to Angsparsh. Take water in the left palm. Using the middle and ring finger of the right hand, we are going to touch various parts of the body. Just follow me. But remember, when you are touching both sides, then it's on your right hand side, then on the left hand side. Achman is for clearing the throat to be able to read the mantras properly. Angsparsh in Sandhya is about praying to God that we maintain all the body parts that we are going to touch in the pure state. So we have the pure body, mind, and spirit along. Om Vak Vak, Om Prana Prana, Om Chakshus Chakshu, Om Shrotram Shrotram, Om Nabhi, Om Hridayam, Om Kantha, Om Shira, Om Bahubhyam Yashobalam, Om
Karatal Kar Prishte. Next, take water again. Left palm. Now, when you do this, you've already known the body parts. Focus by, when we are touching the body, try to focus the whole body energy in that particular point. That goes in reestablishing, re-equilibrating the energy levels within our body. And then Sandhya, you will see when you re-equilibrate the various energy levels, energy points of the body, you'll feel more relaxed. All the stress, the toxins, etc., gradually move out, and synchronize it with also the breathing process. Take a long breath when we are going to chant the mantras. Om Bhupnatu Shirasi Om Bhuva Punatu Netrayo Om Swaha Punatu Kanthe Om Maha Punatu Hridaye Om Jana Punatu Nabhyam Om Tapa Punatu Padayo Om Satyam Punatu Punashirasi Om Khambram Punatu Sarvatra. The next one is Pranayam mantra. We are going to chant the mantra in one breath. And by the end of the chanting, you can feel the belly button has gone back, and then retain the breath outside for about 10-15 seconds, and then breathe gradually. And we are going to repeat the process 3 times. The mantra chanting will be 1 time vocal, 2nd and 3rd time. I'll be doing it. You can chant it silent. Om Bho Om Bhuva Om Swaha Om Maha Om Jana Om Tapa Om Satyam. Om Bho Om Bhuva Om Swaha Om Maha Om Jana Om Tapa Om Satyam. Om Bho Om Bhuva Om Swaha Om Maha Om Jana Om Tapa Om Satyam. In this mantra, we describe the qualities of God. Om Bhu, the giver of life. Bhuva, remover of pains and sorrows. Swaha, the all blissful. Then Om Maha, the greatest. Om Janaha, the one who sustains the universe. Om Tapaha, the whole process of maintaining the whole universe is a yaj and is tapa from Ishvara. Om Satyam, God existing as the supreme consciousness and the all blissful. Next mantras talking about the creation of this universe and the universal laws in this universe. Om Retancha Satyancha Bhedha Tapasodhyajayata Tato Ratriyajayata Tatah Samudro Arnava. Om Samudra Arnavadari Tanvatsaro Ajayata Ahoratrani Vidadadveshvasya Mishato Vashi. Om Surya Chandramaso Dhata Yatha Purvam Kalpayat Devancha Prithivin Chantariksha Madhosva. The first mantra says Ritancha Satyancha. Ritancha is the eternal laws of the universe, and Satya is what is true. What is true, maybe in the present, in the past, but then the eternal laws of the universe are like this. What is true, I was a child 40 years back, I was a youth 20 years back, and now I'm in this state. This is true, but it has changed. But the eternal laws of the universe doesn't change. Like water always comes down from the mountain to the through the rivers to the sea. Then samudra dharnava dadhi sanvatsaro. Know water as essential to life. And second thing, know that in this space between the earth till up, we have much more water than we have on the surface of the earth. Surya Chandrama Saudhata Yatha Purvam Kalpayat. The creation is always the same. The creation is now here, and God's sustaining it, and at the time of dissolution, it will go back to matter. But then the creation process is again the same, it will be the same, and the knowledge of the Vedas also will be given to mankind in the same way. Now we go to Manassa Parikrama mantra. And Manassa Parikrama mantra is about sensing, feeling the presence of God in all directions. The first mantra, Prati, is about in front of us. Dakshina is on the right hand side. Pratichi. The third mantra is on the back side. The fourth mantra, Udichi, is on the left hand side. And Dhruva is the lower part, and Urdhva is the upper part. So just imagine God within ourselves, and then it's like a sphere where no direction is omitted. That gives us the omnipresence of God in this universe, within us and all around us. So just try to sense that, and this starts with the meditation process, to feel the communion and be in connection with Almighty Ishvara. Om Prachidigagniraधिpatirasito Rakshitadityashava Tebhyo namo dhipatibhyo namo rakshitribhyo nama ishubhyo nama ebhyo astu Yosman dvaishriyam vayam dushmastam vojam vedadma Om Dakshinadi Indro Dipati Stirashiraji Rakshita Pitaraishava Tebhyo namo Dipatibhyo namo Rakshitribhyo nama Ishubhyo nama Embhyo astu Yosman dvaishtiyam vayam dushmastam vojam vedadma Om Pratichi Digvaruno Dhipati Predako Rakshitan Namishava Tebhyo namo Dhipatibhyo namo Rakshitribhyo nama Ishubhyo nama Ebhyo astu Yosman dvaishtiyam vayam dushmastam vojam vedadma Om Udichi Diksomo Dipati Svajo Rakshita Shanirishava Tebhyo namo Dipatibhyo namo Rakshitibhyo nama Ishubhyo nama Ebhyo astu Yosman dvaishtiyam vayam dushmastam vojam vedadma Om Dhruvadik Vishnuradhipati Kalmashagrivo Raksheta Virodhaishava Tebhyo namo dhipatebhyo namo rakshitrebhyo nama ishubhyo namaebhyo astu yosmam vaishtiyam vayam dvishmastam vojam vedama Om Urdhvadik Brihaspatiradhipati Pitro Rakshita Varashamishava Tebhyo Namo Dipatebhyo Namo Rakshitribhyo Nama Ishubhyo Namayebhyo Astu Yosman Dvaishteyam Vayam Dvishmastam Vojam Vedadma. These 6 mantras, realizing the presence of God all around us. There's no single place that we may say we are alone. And generally what happens is that we forget God is looking upon us at all times, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And as such, we surrender all our actions, whether it's be thoughts, words, or physical actions. We surrender all of them to God. The mantra says, Yosman dvaishtiyam vayam dvishmastam vojam vedadmaha. For whatever ill feeling we may have towards anyone, and the ill feelings that others may have towards us, we surrender that to God, who is the administrator of the law of karma. And when we are aware of God all around us as the administrator of the law of karma, no thoughts, none of our words, and none of our actions will escape the attention of God. Then it's total surrender, and we can only surrender what is good. So we'll always use these mantras when we do sandhya to prompt ourselves to be on the righteous path, on the path of dharma. Upasthan mantra. Om Udvayam tamasas parisvaha pashyanta uttaram devan devatra suryam ganma jyotiruttamam Om Udotyam Chataveda Sandevan Pantiketava Drishe Vishvaya Suryam Om Chitram Devana Udagadanikam Chakshur Mitrasya Varunasya Apradyava Prithivintariksham Surya Atma Jagatastasosha. In these mantras, the sequence in Sanskar Vidhi is first Chitram Devanam, then Udutyam Jatavedasam, then Udvayam Tamasas Pareswaha. It says Chitram Devanam Udaga. I've seen this whole material world and I realize these serve me till and only till the soul is within this body and this body is living. Once the soul has left the body, this body also is returned to matter. So what goes with us is we need to rise above the darkness of ignorance. And the darkness of ignorance, the greatest darkness of ignorance in the world of today, is just running on the worldly knowledge and chasing worldly pleasures. But the first mantra was saying, Shanno Devi Rabhishtaya, Apo Bhavantu Pitaye. Abhisht, worldly happiness, and Pitaye is spiritual bliss. So if we go on both these lines together as the dual track of a railway line, we'll reach the proper destination. It says, Udvayam tamasas parisvaha. So once we rise above the darkness of ignorance, we'll be sailing safely towards the final aim of this human life, moksha, mukti. The next mantra is Ayush mantra, Tat Chakshura Devahitam, praying for long, healthy, prosperous life with all the body organs, the eyes, the ears, and everything functioning properly till the last day of our life, which is 100 years and beyond that we are praying for. And with the body organs functioning properly, we'll be able to be independent so far as our personal daily routine is concerned. Om Tat Chakshura Devahitam Orastat Chukramucharat Pashyema Sharada Shatam Jivema Sharada Shatam Shinuyama Sharada Shatam Prabravama Sharada Shatamadina Syama Sharada Shatam Huyascha Sharada Shatat. The next mantra is Gayatri mantra. It's known as Gayatri mantra because of the number of alphabets there. It's 23, but it's also chanted in 3 phases. Tatsavituravaranyam bhargo devasya dhimahi dhyo yo naha prachodayat. And remember the prayer there is dhyo yo naha prachodayat. He Ishwara hamari buddhi ko श्रेष्ठ विचारों और श्रेष्ठ कर्मों में प्रेरित करे. Praying for the enlightened mind, the intellect to be on the righteous path with righteous thoughts and righteous actions. Om Bhurabhuva Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo yo na prachodayat. Next mantra is Samarpan mantra, surrender to God. Ishvara dayanidhe bhavat kripyanina japopasnadi karmana dharmartha kama mokshanam sadhya siddhir bhavena. Pray to God to be on the path of dharma, righteous living, artha, righteous earnings, kama, righteous enjoyment from the righteous earnings. Ultimately, will reach mukti, moksha. Next mantra, namaskar mantra. Om Namah Shambhavaya Cha Mayo Bhavaya Cha Namah Shankaraya Cha Mayaskaraya Cha Namah Shivaya Cha Shivatraya Cha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. The meaning of Shiva is referring to God as the benefactor in this universe. And saluting God as such, how God is the benefactor of this universe, creating the universe, we have all the amenities that we need to live. Unfortunately, we've turned to a world where there's enough for everybody to live decent life, but the greed of a few, whatever resources the world has, doesn't suffice for these few. Now we move to Deva Yajya. The first one was Brahma Yajya, which is Sandhyopasana Vidhi. Now we are moving to Deva Yajya, first Sankalpat, which is reading of the calendar and the purpose of this year. Om Tat Sat Shri Brahmano द्वितीये प्रहरोत्तरार्धे वैवस्वते मन्वन्तरे अष्टविंशतितमे युगे कलियुगे कलि प्रथम चरणे एकवृन्द षण्णवतिकोटि अष्टलक्ष त्रिपञ्चाशत्सहस्र द्वाविंशत्युत्तरशततमे षष्टि संवत्सरे अष्टसप्तति द्विसहस्रे वैक्रमापदे उत्तरायणे शिशिरऋतौ माघमासे कृष्णपक्षे चतुर्दश्यां तिथौ रविवासरे प्रातःकाले शुभमुहूर्ते पातालद्वीपे उत्तर अमेरिका खंडे कनाडा देशे ओंटारियो प्रदेशे मरखामार्य समाज मंदिरे बोलेंगे सुख शांति समृद्धि हितार्थम आत्म कल्याणार्थम सर्व कल्याणार्थम देवयज्ञ क्रियते. So reading of the calendar, it was about the date. According to the Vedic calendar, it's 1,960,853,122 years since this creation was completed with the human species. The knowledge of the Vedas given to the mankind. And then the rest is about the time, place, etc. It's the lunar month of Magh, the waning phase of the moon, which is Krishna Paksh. Chaturdashyam is the 14th, and tomorrow is Amavasya, the no moon day. And we've gone also to the place. We start with Patal Dweepa, means the continent of America. Then Uttar America Khandi is North America. Canada Desh is country Canada. Ontario Pradesh, province of Ontario. Barkhama Resmaj Mandire, this is where we are sitting. Sukha, prayers for Sukha, happiness. Shanti, peace. Samriddhi, prosperity. Atma Kalyanartham, for our spiritual uplift, and Sarva Kalyanartham, for the whole welfare of the universe. Now we'll proceed with Achman. Please take water in the right palm. So explanations are mainly running in English today, so bear with me because we have the youth. It's more focused to them. Om Amritopastara Namasi Swaha. Second time. Om Amritapidhanamasi Swaha. Om Satyam Yasha Shirmai Sheshayatam Swaha. So wipe your hands. Take water in the left palm. The first mantra in Achman, the mantras of Achman says, Amrito Pastara Namasi Swaha and Amrita Pidhanamasi Swaha. We are praying to God, but the bliss of God will be always with us. Just like when we go to bed, we have a bed sheet below and we cover ourselves with a second bed sheet. So the bliss of Ishwar God surrounds us like this. Third mantra says, Satyam Yashaha Shrirmai Shri Shayatam Swaha. So the path is Satya, truth. And whatever will go on the path of truth, surely will be able to name and fame and all the wealth we need for a decent living. Angsparsh, we on page 28. There again, praying to God. Hey Ishwar, आप हमारे आत्मा को प्रेरित करें और आत्मा मन बुद्धि इंद्रियों को प्रेरित करें कि जिन इंद्रियों को हम स्पर्श करने जा रहे हो हमारे सुपथ सन्मार्ग पर चलने के लिए हमारे सहायक बने. Prayers don't suffice. God is only driving the soul, inspiring the soul, and the soul in control of this body, in the driver's seat in this body, has the duty to give the proper orders to the intellect, and the intellect driving all the body organs to stay on the righteous path for progress according to the sankalp we did: sukha, happiness, shanti, peace, samriddhi, prosperity. Om Vangamasisto. It's always at the end of the mantra, and do your right hand side, then your left hand side. Om Nasorme Pranosto. Om Akshanorme Chakshurastu. Om Karaniorme Shotramastu. Om Bahorme Balamastu. Om Urvorma Ojustu. Om Arishtane Vengani Tanustanvame Sasanto. Atheshwar Stuti Prarthanopasana Mantra. It's the last mantra on page 28-29, and then you'll be turning the pages along, because if I continue to just indicate the pages number, I lose my focus on that. Ishvara Stuti Prarthana Upasana. Stuti means praise. Prarthana, prayers. Upasana, meditation, communion with God. Praise, praising the virtues of God. It's not to please God. Just understand that. जो हम प्रार्थना करते हैं, भजन करते हैं, ईश्वर को प्रसन्न करने के लिए नहीं है. Because we always say God is nirvikar. ईश्वर निर्विकार है, immutable, suffers no changes. Whether we praise God or we just ignore, that has no effect on God. We praise virtues just because when we praise good things in life, we get the tendency of gradually filtering them in our life and in turn become virtuous. Then prarthana is prayers. And the Sanatan Vedic Dharma says, prarthana purusharth ke bina prarthana safal nahi hota hai. We need to put 100% physical and mental efforts first towards realizing our righteous goals in life. And God just does the top up. Ishwar jo bhi kshati purti hai, wo bhar dega. And third, upasana is meditation, communion on God. So, as we did in Sandhya, realizing the presence of God everywhere, all around us in this universe. When we are just doing these prayers, let's also be focused and realize for whatever we are doing, we need to put up the physical, mental efforts and also be regularly. It's not prayer once in a month here. Spend at least some 10 minutes daily in prayers so that you get inspired. And you can also become virtuous in life in whatever you do. And when I say in whatever you do, it starts from the thoughts, it flows in the words, as writings or speech, and then it flows in our action. Manassa, vacha, karmana. Om Vishnavani Deva Savitar Duritani Parasva Yad Bhadram Tanna Asva Om Hiranyagarbha Samavartatagre Bhutasya Jatavatireka Sadadhara Prithivimdya Bhutema Kasmai Devaya Visha Vidhema Om Ya Atma yasya vishva upasate prashisham yasya deva yasya chaya pretam yasya mrityo tasmai devaya visha dema. Om Pranado Nimishato Maitvaikaidra Jagato Babhuva Ya Ishe Yasya Dvipadashchatushpada Tasmai Devaya Vishadema. The first mantra says, Duritani Parasva Yad Bhadran Tannasva. It's prayer to God to inspire us, to inspire the soul, and the soul driving the other intellect and body parts, so that the soul knows about what is right and wrong. Duritani Parasva. When we know that, the soul will be able to drive the body to remove all the ills and evils of our life. And then Yad Bhadran Tannasva, fill in the good and beneficial. And let's take the example from the worldly life. When we buy new clothes, we need to pull out the old clothes from our closet. So to be able to fill the good and beneficial things in life, we need to also remove the ills and evils to create space to fill the good ones. Second mantra, I will just take keywords in the mantras. It says, Hiranyagarbha. God is, in the simple language, as the golden womb, because creator of this whole universe. And then Patireka Asit. The mantra says, one and only ruler of this universe. Third mantra, Ya Atmada Balada. God as giver of physical and spiritual mental force to proceed in life. Fourth mantra says, Ya Ishe Dvipadash Chatushpada. The worldly meaning is bipeds and quadrupeds. But from the spiritual angle, the bipeds are those who only live, earn a living, and enjoy life. And the quadrupeds are those who tread on the path of dharma, righteous living. Second, artha, righteous earnings. Third, kama, righteous enjoyment from the righteous earnings. Ultimately, the fourth step is moksha, mukti, liberation from the cycle of birth and death to be in the eternal bliss of God. Om ye nadyo rukra chadrida yena swastabhitam yena naka yo Antarikshe-rajaso vimana tasmai devaya vishamdema. Om prajapati natvadeta vishwajatani paritavabhuva Yat kamasti jomastanno vastu vayam syama patayo rainam Om saro vandurjanita savidhata dhamani veda bhuvanadi vishwa yatra deva amritamanasha nasritiye dhamanadhyayirayanta Om Agnena Yasopatharaya Sman Vishwani Deva Vibhunani Vidwan Yo Yasmantorayamino Huishthante Nama Uktim Vidhema. Fifth mantra says Amritamana Shana Stritiye. It describes our status in moksha mukti, where the soul without the body will be able to enjoy the bliss of God and be able to move freely in this universe, just as the birds moving in the sky. And this is on the power of God, on the energy of God in moksha mukti. The next mantra ends with Vayam Syama Patayo Rahinam. Maharishi Dayananda has given the explanation. Hum Dhanaishwariyon ke Swami bane. Dhan Aishwarya. We become masters of both material and spiritual treasures. Again, just as it was in Shanno Devi Rabhishtaya Apo Bhavantu Pitaye. Material and spiritual life goes hand in hand, not as two different sides of life. Then next mantra says, Sano Bandhur Janita, understand our relationship with God. We know God as Mata, Pita, Mother, Father, Creator, but it says Bandhu, the nearest, closest, dearest sibling. And what does that do? We know in our life, our closest sibling, when we do something good, push us forward to move ahead. And when something is wrong, pull us back. Hey, I think you're wrong. Just review your strategies. And this is what God does through the inner voice, Antaratma. Whenever we think about doing something good, we're on the path of doing something good, we always have that sense of the feeling of happiness, joy, enthusiasm, and the drive to proceed ahead. But if it's wrong, then fear, doubt, shame, etc. starts picking us up. So this is the signal how God is Bandhu, the sibling always driving us to be on the righteous path. The last mantra says, Vishwa Agni, and then Vishwani Deva Vayuna Nivedon. No God, Agni. It's not this physical Agni fire alone. God, the source of all energy, light, the physical light of this universe enables us to know about the sciences all around us, our environment, but the light of knowledge, the knowledge of the Vedas, for us as the roadmap to righteous living. Iti Ishwara Stuti Prarthana Upasana Prakaranam. So we'll be on the ईश्वर उपासना के मंत्रों का भावार्थ पेज 34। हे संसार के रचयिता देव, आप हमारे सभी बुराइयों को दूर कीजिए और हमें कल्याण के मार्ग की ओर ले जाए। यह सारा विश्व जब अपनी स्वाभाविक तेजस अवस्था में था, तब भी आप ही इसके एक स्वामी थे। बाद में विभिन्न लोकों का निर्माण करके उनका संचालन करने वाले भी आप ही हैं। आपके इस विश्व रचना पर हम मुग्ध हैं। आप ही अपनी महिमा से जड़ और चेतन जगत के राजा है। आपको हम अपनी सब इच्छाओं और कार्यों को समर्पित करते हैं। हे प्रजापालक प्रभु, इस संसार को चलाने वाला आपके सिवा दूसरा कोई नहीं है। आप ही हमारे माता पिता और बंधु हैं। आपको पाकर के ही विद्वान लोग मोक्ष को प्राप्त होते हैं और दुख से छूट जाते हैं। आप हमारे पापों का नाश करके हमें सच्चे ज्ञान और उत्तम कर्म की तरफ ले जाइए। हम आपको भक्ति पूर्वक नमस्कार करते हैं। Now we'll proceed with Agnihotra, Deva Yajna, which is as prescribed by Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati in 3 places. 1, Panch Mahayajna, 2, Satyat Prakash, and 3, Rigvedadi Bhashya Bhumika. The Dainik Yajna, Deva Yajna, the ahutis that we do for the morning and the afternoon are the prime ahutis to be done. And that's why whenever we do Yaj, I've got the question, why I do Yaj like this? Because the daily ahutis should be presiding over whatever other ahutis that we're offering. Because the daily ahutis are meant to be done every day at home. Since we know people don't do it, we have merged it with the Samanya Prakaranyas. But to keep pace with time, I'll be only doing the Deva Yajya Ahutis of today. So Agni Adhan, lighting of the lamp. We're on page 58. Om Bhurabhuva Swaha. At the end of the mantra, you light the camphor and you place it in the center of the Havan Kund. Om Bhurabhuva Swaha Yoriva Bhumna Prithiviva Varimna Tasyaste Prithivi Deva Yajati Prishthe Agni Mannada Mannadhyaya in the center of the Havan Kund. The next mantra is Agni Samindhan mantra. We'll be pouring 2 free spoonfuls of ghee on that samidha to get the fire blazing. On this, please. It says Udbudhya Swagni, get the Agni, the fire blazing. Om Udbudhya Swagni Prateja Grihi Tvamishta Murte Sansreje Thamayancha Asmin Sadhaste Adyuttarasmin Vishve Deva Yajamanascha Sidata. Samidhadan. Now you place it at the end of the mantra parallel to the one in the center, one on this side. Om Ayanta Idma Majata Vedaste Nedya Svavardha Swachidda Vardaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhir Brahma Varchase Namna Dhyena Samedaya Svaha Idam Agne Jata Vedase Namama. Take this one. Give it to. We have 2 mantras here on the second swaha that will be offering that. Om Samidhagnim Dovasya Gritervodayatatim Asmin Havya Jotana Swayam Namama Om Samidhaya Shochise Gritam Tivram Jotana Agnaye Jata Vedase Swaha Idam Agnaye Jata Vedase Namama. Now you put it on this side so that the fire is properly ventilated. That's why we do Samidha Chayan, that is, place the Samidha in such a way that air also, proper ventilation is there. There would be the minimum of carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide, and the most is beneficial. Om Tantva Samidhiram Tirogritena Vardayamasi Vihachochaya Vishya Svaha. On this side. Idam Agne Girasedan Namama. Ghee ki ahuti. Please take the spoon. Each time Swaha, you'll be offering ghee to the fire. Panchagrit ahuti, offering of ghee 5 times with the same mantra. Its objective is to get the fire well blazing, because after that we'll be putting ghee and samagri. So the blazing fire will do 3 processes there, which are really scientific. One is combustion to produce heat. Second, evaporation. Third, sublimation. The fire will take the essential oils of the ghee and samagri dispersing them into the atmosphere as microparticles, vapors. And when we chant the mantra, we say Om, take a deep breath, say Om. And when Swaha comes, say Swaha. If you know the mantra, chant along with me. What happens is that when we do the breathing synchronization, these vapors also go into our lungs, into our blood stream, and they helps to boost our immunity. And the vapors of the samagri, medicinal herbs, also helps to purify the atmosphere. Very scientific process, and in modern world we know that as aromatherapy. Chanting of mantras that creates the sound effect, and which is sonotherapy, sound therapy. And the various colors of the fire, this is light or chroma therapy. Very pure, strictly scientific process. Om Ayantaidma Jata Vedaste Nedya Svardha Swachidda Vardaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhir Brahma Varchase Namna Yena Samedhaya Svaha Dhammagne Jata Vedase Dham Amama. You can hold it just as you hold the pen, like this. So with one hand, that will be smooth. Om Ayantaidma Jata Vedaste Nedya Svardha Swachidda Vardaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhir Brahma Varchase Namna Yena Samedhaya Svaha Idam Agne Jata Vedase Dham Namama. Om Ayantaidma Jata Vedaste Nedya Svardha Swachidda Vardaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhir Brahma Varchase Namna Yena Samedhaya Svaha Idam Agne Jata Vedase Dham Namama. Om Ayantaidma Jata Vedaste Nedya Svardha Swachidda Vardaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhir Brahma Varchase Namna Yena Samedhaya Svaha Idam Agne Jata Vedase Dham Namama. Om Ayantaidma Jata Vedaste Nedya Svardha Swachidda Vardaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhir Brahma Varchase Namna Yena Samedhaya Svaha Idam Agne Jata Vedase Dham Namama. You can put it on. Sprinkling of water around the Havan Kund, four sides of the Havan Kund. Just remember again the scientific process. The water vapors which will rise will merge with the vapors from the Havan Kund and produce things like formaldehyde and other products which sanitize the whole atmosphere. And for those who are sitting nearer to the Havan Kund, they are going to be the most benefiting, though that is going to benefit the whole world. But remember, that's why we need to do this regularly. So first on the east side, Om Adite Numanyasva, your right hand. Then at the end of the mantra from here to there, Om Anumate Numanyasva. So it will be from this side to this side at the end of the mantra. Om Saraswati Anumanyasva. Now all around the Havan Kund. Om Deva Savita Prasvayadyam Prasvayadyapatim Bhagaya Divyo Gandharva Keta Puke Kanna Punatu Vachaspatir Vachanna Swadatu. After that is Adhyahuti. So the first ahuti will be on the north side from here to here. Second one from here to here. Om Agnaye Swaha. Idam Agnaye Idam Namah. Second one on this side. Om Somaya Swaha. Idam Somaya Idam Namah. Third one, center. Now in the center. Om Prajapataye Swaha. Idam Prajapataye Idam Namah. Om Indraya Swaha. Idam Indraya Idam Namah. Ghee and samagri. We are moving now to the Dainik ahutis, the ahutis of Deva Yajya. Remember, Maharishi Dayananda has written the Sanskar Vidhi, the Samanya Prakaran Yajya. This is to be done in when we do congregational meetings like this. But then since we know that people didn't do their Devi Yajya in their homes, we've integrated that here. And this is why these mantras come before the Samanya Prakaran Yaj, which I'll be omitting today, but just to respect the time limits. Ghee and Samagri, Pratha Kali Ahuti, the mantras for the morning, and is always with Surya, the sun. Because this is the source of light in the morning. Om Suryo Jyotir Jyotir Surya Svaha. Om Suryo Varcho Jyotir Varcha Svaha. Om Jyoti Surya Suryo Jyoti Svaha. Om Sajur Devena Savitra Sajurusha Sendravatya Jushana Suryavetu Swaha. The mantras for the evening, it's always Agni, because when evening comes, we use Agni, physical light, to do our things. One reference, but Agni also refers to Ishvara, God, as the source of light, the light of knowledge. Arshidi, at the end, they'll put it. And this is why we do the Pratha Kalina Ahuti mantras of morning with Suryo Jyoti and in the afternoon with Agnira Jyoti. But when we do them together, then Suryo Jyoti comes first and Agnir Jyoti comes second in the morning. And if we are doing Havan in the afternoon, then Agnir Jyoti will come first, then Suryo Jyoti. Is very scientific and logic. Because Agnir Jyoti, we are going to get the light, use physical light in the evening. And Suryo Jyoti will come in the morning. Havan, when we do, it's always like vaccines. We do it preventive, not curative. It's mostly preventive. So we need to take into consideration the time factors. Oh, the next mantras are now Bhuragnaye Pranaya Swaha, Bhurvaive Apanaya Swaha, Swaradityaya Vyanaya Swaha. Bhu Bhuvaha Swaha explains to God as the giver of life, the remover of ills and evils, and the all blissful. But then Pran, Apan, and Vyan, these are the three main life forces out of the 10 we have in this body. And the three main life forces, Pran, which is the life force of the breath, noble breathing. Second, Apan is the life force along the digestive system. And Vyan is the life force that regulates blood circulatory system, the endocrine system, the lymphatic system. So allows oxygen and food to go on all the nooks and corners of our body and remove the toxins and throw them out. So the guidance is, let's take a deep breath, chant the mantra in one single breath, synchronize, and we'll benefit mostly because of the vapors coming and going into our lungs. Om Ghee and Samagri. Om Bhuragnaye Pranaya Swaha. Idam Agnaye Pranaya Idam Namah. Om Bhuvarvaive Panaya Swaha. Idam Vaive Panaya Idam Namah. Om Swaradityaya Vyanaya Swaha. Idam Adityaya Vyanaya Idam Namah. Om Bhurvaswaragni Vayavaditebhya Pranapan Vyaya Swaha. idam agni vayvaditebhya pranapanavyanabhya idam navama. Om apo jyotirasomritam brahma bhurvasvarom svaha. Om yam vedam devagana pitarashchopasate tayama madhyamedhayagni medhavinam kuru svaha. Om vishwani deva savitardurtani parasava yad bhadram tannasva svaha. Om agnena yasupatharaya yasman Vishwani deva vayunani vidwan yuyodhyasmadjoranameno Huishante namauktim videma sva. Om Bhurbuva sva Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo devasya dhimahi Dhiyo yona prachodayat sva. Now only ghee for the next 4 mantras. Again, north, south, and then center. Om Agnaye Svaha. Idam Agnaye Idam Navama. Om Somaya Svaha. Idam Somaya Idam Navama. Om Prajapataye Svaha. Idam Prajapataye Idam Navama. Om Indraya Svaha. Idam Indraya Idam Navama. Ghee and samagri. We are going to chant some special mantras. There may be people around us who are celebrating or who have celebrated special days during this week or in the coming week. So praying for their long, healthy life. Om Vishwani Deva Savitar Duritani Parasva Yad Bhadram Tannasva Sva. Om Shatam Jiva Sharado Vardhamana Shatan Hemantan Shatamo Vasantan Shatam Indragni Savita Brihaspati Shatayusha Vishemam Punardu Swaha. This mantra is saying Shatam Jiva Sharado Vardhamana. Shatam Jiva, praying for Shatam, 100 years of lease of life. Sharado Vardhamana Shatan Hemantan Shatamu Vasantan, referring to Hemant and Vasant, fall and spring season. Why? Because these are the transitional season where we usually get a surge of airborne bacteria and viruses. So let's do Havan Agnihotra regularly to protect ourselves. Second, let's make use also of nature. One, the seasonal fruits and vegetables. Second, the mantra says, Shatam Indragni Savita Brihaspati. Indragni, make proper use of energy. Doing Sandhya, regulating the energy levels of the body, as I said when we were doing Sandhya. Second, Savita, do some yoga pranayam, especially when we do Surya Namaskar facing sunlight, and do it at sunrise. Because it's proven medically that for those who are in the medical science, sunrise, especially the morning rays of sunrise, boosts our energy level and provides us with natural vitamin A and others, which these components, whatever we look in food, we rarely get them there. Then Brihaspati, make use of the proper knowledge around us in the universe, the knowledge of the Vedas to live righteous life. Shatayusha Havishimam Punardu, always do Havan, do Agnihotra, because this is benefiting not only to us, but to the whole universe, to all living beings also. The next mantra we'll repeat is Ayush mantra, praying for long, healthy, prosperous life. Om Tat Chakshuradevahitam Purastad Chukramucharat Pashyema Sharada Shatam Jivema Sharada Shatam Shinuyama Sharada Shatam Prabhavama Sharada Shatam Adina Syama Sharada Shatam Bhuyascha Sharada Shatat Swa. Now we'll be moving towards the closing. Gayatri mantra. No, let's first do, okay. Gayatri mantra, then Trayambakam Yajamahe, but then we'll be chanting Gayatri mantra 3 times. Those who are seated at the back, after the 3 mantras, those who are sitting in the front will just pull a bit backwards, so you can come forward and offer the ahutis of ghee and samagri with Gayatri mantra. The chanting will be yours. I'll lead the first one, and then you do 3 times, and then those at the back will come and do the same 3 times. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat Swaha. So now it's your turn, 3 times Gayatri mantra, and just chant it in one pace, one tone. Nobody goes ahead or behind, and nobody try to raise the voice upper than others. And let's feel the resonance of the Gayatri mantra in this hall. And you'll be able to sense the vibrations, just calming ourselves, putting us to the level of inner peace. Shuru kare. Start.
Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat.
Use the mic. Just a minute, start at the same time. Okay.
Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat.
Come forward, please. You continue to take the mic. You will continue to offer the ghee. Just move slightly to the back, and the others will have space. Come forward, please. So you're all going to chant Gayatri mantra. Just be in tune with her. Okay. Gayatri mantra again. Yeah.
Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat.
Again. You're all going to offer ghee and samagri. Please. You can come in a second batch. Those who are a bit at the back. Yeah. Continue.
Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat.
Continue.
Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat.
So everybody had it? Or anyone remaining? You come forward. Okay. Let's go back to your seats, and those who are seated, please come forward. Now you're going to chant Trayambakam Yajamahe, Om Trayambakam Yajamahe 3 times, and then give the ahutis. Why I do that? This is your Purusharth, your effort towards this yaj which you participated today. So Trayambakam Yajamahe 3 times with Swaha at the end. Now Svishtakrita Ahuti. Share with the Rishi there. Take the spoon. Put ghee with that. Fill it with ghee. Om Yadasya Karamanotyaricham Yadyanyodmihakaram Agnishta Shrishta Kridvidyat Sarvam Swishtam Suhutam Karotu me Agnaye Shrishta Krite Sutahute Sarvaprayashchita Nam Kamanam Samardetre Sarvanah Kaman Samardhyasva Idam Agnaye Shrishta Krite Idam Namama. Only ghee. Om Swaha Idam Prajapatayam Namama. Ghee and samagri. Om Sarvam Vai Purnam Swaha. Om Sarvam Vai Purnam Swaha. Om Sarvam Vai Purnam Swaha. So that's the end of Devayadhya. Havanat, it should be regularly done at the homes. Now we'll be moving to Mahavam Devyagan, the free mantras from the Samved, again reiterating the prayer for Sukh, happiness, Shanti, peace, Samriddhi, prosperity. Om Bhurbhuvah Svah. Om Bhurbhuvah Svah. Kayanashchitra Bhuvadoti Sada Vridha Sakha Kayashachishtaya Vrita Om Bhurbhuvah Svah. Om Bhurbhuvah Svah. Kastva Satyo Madhanam Ishto Matsadandasa Drida Chidaru Jevasu Om Bhurbhuvah Svah. Om Bhurbhuvah Svah. Abhishona Sakhinam Avita Charitranam Shatam Bhavasyutaye. Om Bhurbhuvah Svah. Om Bhurbhuvah Svah. Yajya Prarthana. Yajyaru, yeah, that's it.
Devaki bole rachai satya ko dharan kare में हो मगन सारे शोक सागर अश्वमेध रचाए यज्ञ परोपकार को धर्म मर्यादा चला कर भाग दे संसार नित्य श्रद्धा से आदि हम करते रहे लोक वीरित विष्ट के संताप सब हरते रहे भावना मिट जाए मन से पाप अत्याचार की कामनाएं पूर्ण हो यज्ञ से करना की भागकारी हो हवन हर प्राण वायु जल सर्वत्र हो को धारण स्वार्थ भाव मिटे हमारा प्रेम बस विस्तार को वेदना ममता सार हाथ जोड़ झुकाए मस्तक वंदना नाथ करुणा रूप करुणा आपकी सब रूप प्रभु हमारे भाव कीजिए छोड़ देवे छल कपट को मानसिक प्रभु आत्मिक बल दीजिए.
Your right hand. ओम तेजोसी तेजोमयि देहि वीर्यमसि वीर्यमयि देहि बलमसि बलमयि देहि ओजोसि ओजोमयि देहि मन्योरसि मन्युमयि देहि सहोसि सौमयि देहि. आशीर्वाद. You all say with me. Om Satya Santo Yajamanasya Kama. Om Purna Santo Yajamanasya Kama. Om Safala Santo Yajamanasya Kama. यजमान की जो कामनाएं वो सत्य हो, सत्य कामनाएं पूर्ण हो और सत्य कामनाएं पूर्ण सफलता के साथ पूर्ण हो. The wishes, desires of the yajman be truthful. The truthful desires, wishes of the yajman be complete and be complete with 100% success. Om apo hishtha mayo bhuvastana urje dadatana maheranaya chakshase. Om यो वः शिवतमो रसस्तस्य भाजयते हनः उशतीरिव मातरः. ॐ तस्मारङ्गमामवो यस्य क्षयाय जिन्वथा आपो जनयथा च न. स्वस्ति मंत्र. ॐ स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृधश्रवा स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति न साक्षर्यो अरिष्टनेमि स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु. ओम भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवा भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्रा स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तोष्टवांसस्तनुर्भिर्व्यशेमहि देवहितं यदायु. ओम स्वस्ति स्वस्ति स्वस्ति. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So I've chosen today प्रवचन नहीं करेंगे. वो जो मैंने यज्ञ की प्रक्रिया इन लोगों को बताए, that was part of it. I preferred to use that time to be able to explain to the youth among us so that they understand both the spiritual aspect and the scientific aspect behind Sandhya and Havan. So thank you everybody. ध्यान के लिए सभी को धन्यवाद और सभी को सादर नमस्ते.
So I request all the yajmans to kindly take your seats. सभी हमारे जो young यजमान हैं उनसे प्रार्थना है कि अपना आसन ग्रहण करें. अर्चना जी, अर्चना.
ज़ूम पर उपस्थित और यहाँ पर उपस्थित सभी जनों को मेरा सादर प्रणाम और आज के इन यजमानों को मेरे बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं इतना सुंदर हवन कराने के लिए और इतने अच्छी तरह से बैठने के लिए. तो अभी मैं अपना भजन शुरू करती हूँ. सांसों के तार तार में प्रभु प्यारे को पिरो लो. सांसों के तार तार में प्रभु प्यारे को पिरो लो. शुभ कर्म करके पुण्य को शुभ करके पुण्य का जीवन में बीज बोलो. जीवन में बीज बोलो. सांसों के तार तार में जीवन का एक एक पल अनमोल है खजाना. इनमें से एक पल भी नहीं लौट के है आना. आनंद रस से अपना आनंद रस से अपना अंतःकरण भिगोलो. अंतःकरण भिगोलो. सांसों के तार तार में ज्ञानी की एक निशानी मीठी सी उनकी वाणी. मीठे से बोल मेरे प्रभु की झलक सुहानी. बोलो तो मीठे बोल ही बोलो तो मीठे बोल ही अमृत हृदय में घोलो. अमृत हृदय में घोलो. सांसों के तार तार में बीती का गम भुला कर मिट गया अंधेरा. खुलती जहाँ पे आके होता वही सवेरा. तेरे द्वार प्रभु पधारे. तेरे द्वार प्रभु पधारे. अंतर के नैन खोलो. अंतर के नैन खोलो. तार तार में प्रभु प्यारे को पिरोलो शुभ कर्म करके पुण्य का जीवन में बीज बोलो जीवन में बीज बोलो सांसों के तार तार में प्रभु प्यारे को पिरोलो सांसों के तार तार में प्रभु प्यारे को पिरोलो। धन्यवाद।
Today is not only a proud day for all of us, and very emotional day also to see the future leaders of ASM performing the activity. We have amongst us Dr. Ravi Srivastava. He is president of our parent organization, Untitled Chapter. मैं डॉक्टर सबसे निवेदन करूंगा कि वो इधर आकर हमारे जो फ्यूचर लीडर्स हैं उनको आप आशीर्वाद दें। उसके बाद उनके लिए कुछ बुक्स का प्रेजेंटेशन तो मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा बाद में श्री सत चोपड़ा जी प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर सेंटर और हमारे जो आज के विद्यार्थी जी फ्रॉम टोरंटो ASM और श्री ज्ञानेंद्र शर्मा जी हमारे समाज के साथ आ जाएंगे। First, I invite Dr. Ravi Srivastava और जो जितने यजमान हैं, I request them to line up. All those who are sitting for the honor, I invite them to just line up here. Maharishi, you are the best. Maybe on this side, they comes.
Namaste everyone. I'm very delighted to see in this Parikrama a group of young people. The dream all of us have a dream. Today I'd like to enter dialogue with you people. Because you are my heart. I have done up to last week 920 weddings, and most of the weddings are young. Unfortunately, all of us are being a scientist. We are wasting our time. Unfortunately, we spend 99.9% of our time not knowing what we are. But when you go to the university, what do you do first? Don't you do the research and find out where should I go? Look at all the qualities. Have you ever thought the answer to this question? Who am I? Am I this or am I something else? The second question, why I'm here? You go to the university, right? The next question is, why I'm here? What should I be doing? Right? Have you ever thought about that? We never do. Most of the time we are cleaning this body, which is useless. After our time is over, and I say our being the soul, we throw this out. Who am I? We can spend our whole life. Once you come to know, you will be thrilled at over. We did the heaven here. Let me ask you a question. What did you learn? Anybody? What did you learn from this ritual? You spend 1 hour, right? What did you learn?
I find it very interesting how the hub and the vapor are started to use the clean of the atmosphere and purify the air, which I never understood before.
Super. What you learn here is Basically, the purpose of this was physical purpose to purify the air. We put all these ingredients to kill the bacteria. But there's a spiritual meaning, which we never learned. I have spent my whole life 84, but I learned within the last 10 years what really is. And I'm teaching that to the children. I just focus on that and then bless. The first question while all of us to answer, and this was raised to me 2 years ago when I was doing a wedding. I did a special wedding of a Jewish girl to a Catholic boy, our way. And both of them are atheists. They asked me this question, you people all believe in God. God, he says, all nonsense. They asked me, prove to us that there is God. Okay, all of you believe in God? Anybody who doesn't believe in God? All of you do, right? Tell me what God is. I never thought about it. You all believe it. I can believe God is this. You can believe anything, but that's not scientific. Most of the Hindus believe God is a superhuman being sitting on Kailash Parvat, watching everybody, or in all the statues in the temple. Right? Christian believe and Muslim believe God is in heaven up. There's no up, earth is round. There's no up and there's no down. We all believe, whether you're Muslim, Christian, or Hindu, God is everywhere and is formless, right? We all believe. So the question is, what is that thing which is everywhere and is formless? Can you think of that? Any answer? We always say God will do this, God will do this, God will do this, God will guide us. But what is that thing? We talk about God. Any answer? Anybody?
So from my point of view, it's like a Wi-Fi. You cannot see it, but it's everywhere.
But what is that thing again? Wi-Fi. My question is, what is that thing which is everywhere and we can see?
You could say God is energy.
Excellent. The way I explained to them, look at here at home. You have stove, fridge, TV, everything runs on what? Electrical energy. Can you see the electrical energy coming up there? No. But as soon as the bulb comes, we say, yes, there's electrical energy.
Energy.
God is nothing but super conscious energy. If you're a scientist, you'll understand. Energy cannot be seen. Energy can do a million things. Electrical, light, sound has its limitation. But this energy, which is everywhere, has everything you can name. I can change electrical to sound. I can change electrical to heat and so on. But this special energy, what is the proof where that energy is? Anything that is growing and moving that energy. That's the proof. Look around. Whole universe started and matter, growing, moving, decaying. In us, animal, plant, and so on, started and see, we are growing and decaying. In our body, the super conscious energy is right here where our heart is. But I link with you how we can link with that energy. Look at all the waves are here, all radio station waves are here, right? If I want to listen to Chant, what do I need? I have to tune, right? I need a radio to tune. Super conscious energy is there. I, when I say I, is the conscious energy we call soul. Where soul is present, wherever the action is being done. We do the action, we have the soul. Animals do the action, they have the soul. The simplest example, and then let's start where we can talk about this. To link with that super conscious energy, there are 3 ways we can link. Because you all have cell phones. Get a cell phone to be linked, right? When you get a cell phone, you plug it in, will it work? When you plug the cell phone, Will it work? No.
To operate it.
You open it still, you need a little thing in it. What is that?
Icon.
SIM card, right? You have to put the SIM card in, and then you have to operate. This is our very special computer, very special, complicated computer, iPhone. In this one, the programmer, the SIM card is what we call God. Picture this way. Operator is I, this phone. I have my cell phone here. I'm ready to use it, but it's not going to work. What else is missing? To use my cell phone here. Anything? One more thing. The network, the Wi-Fi, right? For this cell phone to work, programmer is there. I am there, but I have no Wi-Fi. 3 ways to link. One is through this ritual we do here. I can link with the programmer if I understand what this thing teaches us, and we never do. All of us come swaha, 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 disappear. Nothing happened temporarily, maybe later. The second way we take is the Gayatri. You decide to be Gayatri. How many of you know what Gayatri is telling us? Why did we do it? Any idea? You did that, right? Yeah. In this iPhone, there are 3 ways I can do the action. When you were in university, you got your degree by doing what? How did the professor know you were studying? Exams. Without writing exam, could you get the degree? No. Similarly, if I want to link with the programmer, God, I have to do the exam. Action is the key word. We all do. You go to the office and you watch TV and sit there, but it keeps you. No, you have to produce. 3 ways with this body we can do the action. Thinking, speaking, and doing. There are 3 ways. Which is the most powerful out of all these 3 ways? Doing is only one. Speaking on the average 10 words every minute. Thinking on the average 30 words every minute. But if you're thinking bad about me, it's not going to sync with me because I'm not you. You are. Hit me, bounce back to you. So on your back, it will be negative 60 every minute. But if you're thinking good about me, that is what Gayatri Mantra is all about. We are saying to the programmer, put my thoughts in the right direction. Why? If I think good, I'll speak good. Speak good, I'll do good. Doing good over and over again become a character. But as Acharya mentioned to you here, Gayatri Mantra is very powerful, provided we understand each word we speak properly, that energy will sink in, to tune with us, this iPhone. But unfortunately, we are not taught the Gayatri Mantra. But all of you pronounce, I was reading to you. But what did you say? Om Bhur Bhuva. You recite the Gayatri Mantra. Om Bhur Bhuva. Swaha. No. Watch the book. The word is not Swaha. Swaha means I'm saying to the programmer, do this way. The word is Swa. Swa means your source of blissfulness. Hindi में कहते हैं आप आनंद के भंडार हो. Programmer, oh Almighty God, you have everything. Therefore, I'm coming to you. Om Bhur Bhusva Tat Savitur Varenat Niyam. Watch the word. The word is Niyam. Vareniyam means you are worthy of acceptance. You are the best. Therefore, we are coming. Om Bhur Bhusva Tat Savitur Vareniyam Bhargo Devas Dhimahi Yo Yo Na Namina Bhava. Even thinking power. So those are the groups. So I'll stop here. I'm going to all of you, please join with me. We are going to bless them, saying that you not only grow physically, spiritually, materially, but may the source of inspiration. Everybody here with me, please. Say with me. Om Tvam Jeev Sharta Shatam Vardhaman. Om Tvam Jeev Sharta Shatam Vardhaman. Om Tvam Jeev Sharta Shatam Vardhaman. Yes, Shri Pani Hoga, I can bless. I hope that. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Saab, for your nuggets of wisdom. I know we have a lot of things to learn from you, but we are always running against time. There are always some time constraints. I'll invite now Gayatri ji, Gyanendra ji, and Satyanjana ji and Acharya ji to be with these young leaders and most person in Indian culture usually think of Yajna as a fire ceremony by lighting fire in the house and chanting select mantras. But the fire ceremony is a limited part of the Yajna, and it is called Havan, Agni Hot or Home. Yajna in fact means virtuous conducts in all aspects of life at three levels: thoughts, words, and deeds. Manassa, Vacha. So there is a book which you are going to get as a blessing today. And the purpose of this short book is to help predominantly English-speaking readers better understand what is Vedic Yajna, what is Sandhya, what is Havan, why should we do them, what are their benefits, and finally, how to do them properly. So I'll invite Binduji to take the books and just share it with our young leaders and bless them. This is your homework. You have to go home and not necessarily all today, but slowly and slowly you can. As Dr. Dear said, maybe one day you will have to sleep for this. Sanji, just आप भी खड़े हो जाइए लोग अगर बुक्स कम पड़ गई तो हमारी से वापस
अभी आ जाइए
चले जी आ जाइए just for photograph
Some people can sit down.
धन्यवाद अपना अपना आसन ग्रहण करें kindly have your seats. We have a few announcements.